What does that mean?
Yeah, obviously it's nice to get 40. I mean, after the breakaway in the first period was a little rattling, but great play by Factor, and yeah, it's nice to get the 40.
How much was it on your mind? There seemed to be quite a few shot attempts coming off your stick there.
Yeah, I was shooting it maybe a little bit more than usual today, just to try to get that 40 goal. So yeah, it was nice that it came out in the end.
What's that game like to play? I mean, you know, there's not a lot to play for. You're just kind of trying to just fire a lot of shots at the net, get out of the game clean, essentially.
Yeah, obviously both teams are done and know who they're playing, so I think it was more just more a game to try to keep it clean and have a nice ending game to the season.
Mika was at 39 goals coming into this too, so now you're the top goal scorer among Swedes this season. Was that something you were aware of, and what does that mean to you?
Yeah, we talked about it when we skated by each other on the ice, me and Mika, so he said after that breakaway, but and he had a few chances today too to get one, so but Woller stood on his head, so yeah, it was nice to get 40. Thanks, guys.
Sorry, William, I know it's tough.
Yeah.
Finished at 99.
Yeah.
It's been so good all season, but you feel for him on a night like this?
Of course. I mean, he's been a leader from through every game. So I mean, that close got to be a tough one. But I mean, everybody knows he's capable of putting up 100 points. So I think that'll happen in the future.
Get out clean kind of gets up to what's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both sides, they want to win, get better, and kind of get ready for playoffs. We just try and fine-tune some things and get ready for the next one.
How do you feel about how the team has finished up the regular season?
I think we're on the right track. We played 3 playoff teams to end the season, and they were all one-goal games. And I think that's just kind of helped us get ready for playoff type of hockey. And I think each game we've gotten better.
How apparent was it to you guys on the bench that William Nylander seemed pretty hungry for that 40th goal? He seemed to be firing it quite.
He's pretty kind of even keel at times, so maybe had to crack a little more of a smile this time when he got it.
What does it mean to you? 100 points in the NHL.
Yeah, special moment. My games to point ratio, we're not sure how many more games I'll play, so that. No, it's a big accomplishment for me personally, and I was really hoping Mitchie got his 100th tonight, and we take different type of pictures together for 100 points.
Who got the belt tonight?
Willie did, 40th goal, well deserved.
Mitch doesn't get to 100, but how would you sum up what he's meant to this team?
He does everything: power play, penalty kill, scores goals, makes plays. He's everywhere on the ice, and it's fun to watch. And like I've said since I got here, I'm just glad I don't have to chase it around anymore.
Is that a tougher game for you to play? Like, you have obviously hitting identity, but it almost kind of seemed like, both teams are trying to prepare for the playoffs, get out of it clean. Like, how did you kind of balance it?
You still want to play the game, and you want to finish the checks when they're there. But at the same time, it's you don't want to hurt yourself by maybe trying to go out of your way and throwing a big hit. And it's still hockey. You still got to play the game, and both teams want to win still.
How would you describe the next 3-4 days for you guys? What's that like when the regular season's over, but playoffs haven't started yet? Where's your mind at? How do you treat those days?
I think we just gotta, take our day tomorrow, kind of rest, and take these days to, get the body feeling good and mentally getting ready for Tampa. I know we just saw them, but playoffs is a different style of hockey, and I think we just gotta kind of take it one day at a time.
Said it would be pretty sweet to play in MSG. What's it like to win here?
Pretty sweet too. Pretty special to be able to play for my first time at MSG, and it didn't disappoint. So pretty fun game up until the end.
What were the emotions there at the end? Did you know that it was maybe going to be called back for the kick, or what are you thinking?
Truthfully, I didn't even see the goal when it went in, so I had no idea. But it was nice that it got called back. After I saw the refs go over, I looked at the replay, but I didn't really see it. I was kind of out swimming on the other side of the net, so yeah, happy it got called back.
Some grade A chances by some pretty good players like Patrick Kane there early and stuff like that. When a guy of that caliber is coming down on you, are you thinking about who it is, or is it difficult to separate the chance from the player?
Yeah, sometimes it happens pretty quickly. Sometimes out of your peripheral vision, you can kind of tell, but I'm pretty focused on the puck. So I would say the only time I'm really paying attention to the guys is if it's something we've pre-scouted on a tendency or something, and I have a little bit of time to take a look. But I know Kane's chance at the beginning was pretty quick, so didn't really realize.
What's it like just in general to play against him?
Pretty cool. Like you said, there's a lot of great players on that team, and it's a deep team, top to bottom. So pretty sweet. Also, like I grew up watching Halak on the Blues, so pretty cool to play against him.
You were like, what did you like about him? I guess Halak back in the day.
His pads. Yeah. He had pretty sweet gear. He's still got pretty awesome gear. But he's obviously a great goalie. Been around a long time, so pretty special to play against him.
Have you ever met him before?
I've never met him. No.
What does it mean to you? I mean, it's been a crazy year for you, but to end your season with this team, like in the regular season, what does that mean for you?
Yeah, whatever happens, I've just tried to do my best to stay ready and help whichever team I'm on. So I'm very happy to be with this team right now, and it's been a crazy year, but I think it's been a really awesome year. So I've been happy with everything that's been happening.
What stands out most to you about William Nylander since you've been around him a little bit here?
He's just a really good guy on and off the ice, which I think is pretty special. I think a lot of times with really good players, not really here, but I would assume that the guys have a pretty big ego, and he's just a really awesome dude from the first time I met him, and makes me really happy to see all the success he's had.
The way he came out tonight, did you have any doubt he was going to get to 40?
No, that was pretty awesome for him. He wasted no time.
What's going to stand out about your first game here at MSG?
That we won.
Yeah.
Again, it's a good team effort all around, and just happy we can finish off the regular season with a win. And Willie could get his 40th. That was pretty cool.
Did you sense it coming, like the way he came out tonight, William?
Yeah, I thought Mitchie was going to get it too. I think they were firing on all cylinders. I think that it was a great play by by O'Reilly there to give it to Willie, and he made no mistake putting it back bar.
What was it like on the bench when Mitch was getting close? It felt like guys maybe were feeling it, like you guys wanted it for him,
Yeah, I think everyone was on their toes for him. Obviously, just on the edge of their seat, but I think he had a few chances to put on net, but they just blocked it, and it sucks. But I think I don't think that shows that what kind of player he is. I think he was a dominant player all year. Watching him from afar, he's been a huge leader on this team, and I can tell that he kind of drives the play here.
How do you feel about your game from the first game in Florida till now? Do you think you've taken a little bit of a step here?
Yeah, I think I'm getting more confident and just more comfortable. On the bench and on the ice as I go throughout the process. I think it was a big adjustment the first game, kind of getting adjusted to the speed, the physicality, and I don't think everyone's not at a position, so it's kind of reading off guys, my awareness, sticking to our systems. That's probably the biggest thing for me to adjust to. So it's definitely been an adjustment, but I feel more comfortable now.
Do you think you would have slipped that puck by the toe of most college goalies, the one where Halak got his leg out there?
Yeah, he made an unreal save. I don't know. That's a good question, but I probably should have lifted it and put it a little higher. But yeah, it was a good save.
How much confidence does this last week give you if you're called upon in the playoffs?
A lot. It gets me a lot more familiar with the guys in this locker room, how things are behind the scenes during the warm-ups, and just getting acclimated with the atmosphere in an NHL arena. So it's been huge for my confidence, and I'm just excited to keep moving forward.
I'm wondering, you played a lot of big name players on the other side this week. Was there a moment you're like, this is pretty cool? It's all been a whirlwind, like whether it was Kane tonight or someone previously this week?
Yeah. You kind of try to focus on your game and your next shift, but yeah, it's pretty crazy to look over. And you see Patrick Kane on the other side. It's pretty surreal, but I kind of got to keep my head forward and focus on the team and just play my best hockey.
Thanks, Sheldon. How do you feel about the way the team wrapped up the regular season tonight?
It was like a good third period for us to get a win. I mean, you're here in the building in a close game, so I think if your team worth anything, you're still gonna do what you can to try to come on the right side of it. So I like that we stayed with it and found a way to win the game.
results haven't been incredibly important this week, but to go into the playoffs on a 4-game win streak, what does that do you think, for the mentality of the group?
Well, I think the results are good, of course. I mean, it helps the mood and the morale of the group when you're winning games. So that is important. More important is how you're playing, and I think we've played well and done a good job, to get on the right side of these games. And I could really feel our team really coming together, and obviously getting O'Reilly back from his injury is, while we've lost a couple of guys throughout this trip to injuries or personal situations, I think in the last couple of weeks, with somewhat of our full, complete group, you could see the guys really coming together, and the energy of the group and the connectivity and the cohesion has been really good.
What was your sense of how badly Willie wanted to get one here tonight?
Yeah, I think he definitely did. I thought he was excellent in the first period, especially. I think he had 8 shot attempts in the first period. Was carrying play. Obviously, got himself a breakaway. So I thought on this road trip, while our team played well, I thought really Willie in particular had a terrific trip. So it was really good to see him, get rewarded in the end with the goal, because I think he's really had a nice trip here and should be feeling real confident going into the playoffs.
How do you feel about Knies tonight?
Yeah, another good game. Had some real strong moments in the game for sure. I think all 3 games he's done a really good job of showing that he belongs.
How comfortable do you think you'd feel putting him in the playoff series?
Yeah, I would feel very comfortable. I mean, the playoffs still remains to be seen, right? That's a different animal. But as far as the only test you could have is these 3 games for him, and he certainly fit in. It's 3 very good teams, 3 playoff teams that he's played against. That Florida team that was desperate, the same team we're going to play in Tampa, and then here tonight. So, all 3 games, I certainly looked like he belonged to me.
How do you approach these next few days? It's a lot of days before game 1. Like, is that a good thing? Do you have a lot of
Yeah, still waiting on final word on whether it's going to be Monday or Tuesday. We haven't got a definitive answer. It seems like things were trending toward Tuesday, so we got a plan for that. But it'll be, once we know for certain what the day will be, we'll finalize the plan. But obviously, we'll take tomorrow off for the guys getting back from this trip and then settle in, and we'll get 3 days. 3 days if it's Tuesday, obviously, and 2 days if not, at the facility and getting ready. And I think the guys are excited to go.
With Matt Murray's health up in the air, what have you seen from Joseph Woll here in the last couple of games that would give you confidence that he could be part of the series?
Well, I think it's more than just these games. All season when he's come in, he's been excellent for us. And when he hasn't been with us, he's been down with the Marlies and dominating the American League, showing that he's ready for more. And each opportunity he's had, he's done a great job. He was excellent here again tonight.
There's been so much focus on the playoffs, but you have to get there. What are you most pleased with about the regular season as a whole here and the progress you've seen from the group?
Well, I think, we've been a real consistent group, I think, for the most part. I mean, we haven't gone real long stretches outside of November of winning, but we also have never really had long losing streaks. We've been able to bounce back really quickly off of a disappointing game. So I like that, and I just really like how the group's come together since the trade deadline, and the injuries that we had and stuff, and all of that, made it a little more difficult, a little bit more of a challenge for us. But when I just see the way the group interacts with one another off the ice and in the room and on the road and throughout when we're traveling and then just seeing it come together on the ice, there's a real good feeling about the group, and that says a lot about the character of the guys who have been here to accept the new guys, and then the new guys coming in terms of how they fit in. The pieces have fit in really well.